Here's a question for you. Why is it that two people can earn the same income, know the same financial tips, yet one saves confidently while the other feels constantly behind? Hi, I'm Emma Sutherland, clinical naturopath, author, mum, and your host. As a naturopath, I see firsthand how financial stress can take a real toll on our physical and emotional well-being. That's why in this special podcast series, we're exploring the powerful connection between financial health and whole body health, because true wellness includes your bank balance as well. If you want to improve your financial health, watch to the end. Now, it's not all about willpower, and it's not even about knowledge. According to research, it might come down to why we're motivated with money, not how much we know. Today, we're diving into what psychologists call self-determination theory and how it's quietly shaping our financial behaviour. By the end of this episode, you'll discover practical ways to make your money goals feel lighter, more meaningful, and actually stick. A team of researchers led by Di Domenico and colleagues published a fascinating paper in Frontiers in Psychology in 2022. They took a well-known psychology framework, self-determination theory or SDT, and applied it to personal finance. Now, SDT says there are three basic human needs that drive lasting motivation. The first is autonomy, the sense that you're choosing your actions freely. The next is competence, feeling capable and effective. And the third is relatedness, feeling connected to others through your actions. When these needs are met, our motivation becomes more autonomous. We're doing things because they matter to us. When they're not, we rely on controlled motivation, doing things out of guilt, pressure, or those shoulds. So Di Domenico's team developed something called the Financial Motivation Scale, and they asked hundreds of people about how and why they engage with money. They covered topics like budgeting, paying bills, and investing. And what they found was so powerful. People with autonomous motivation, those who manage money because it feels aligned with their values, reported better financial well-being, higher self-efficacy, and even more saving behaviour. Meanwhile, people driven by controlled motivation, the guilt, the shame, or that external pressure, didn't do as well. And those who were unmotivated, who felt money doesn't matter or I can't change it, had the lowest outcomes overall. The kicker? These effects held even after accounting for age, income, and education. So it's not just what's in your wallet or what you know. It's what's driving your behaviour underneath that really matters. Other researchers have since built on this theory of self-determination and personal finance. A 2021 paper by Park looked at young adults and found that when people felt competent and autonomous with money, they managed debt far better, even when their financial knowledge was modest. Another team at Kansas State Uni found that satisfying the three SDT needs, autonomy, competence, and relatedness, predicted financial well-being in university students. So we're seeing this clear pattern. When people feel they own their financial choices, they do better, even with limited resources. That is hopeful, isn't it? It means you don't need to become that spreadsheet wizard or a budgeting monk. You just need to find your reason, the why that makes financial behavior meaningful to you. Let me share with you my why. I have a goal to hit semi-retirement by age 65 so that I can look after grandkids 2 days a week. Family is one of my highest values, and I want to be there for Sophia and any future grandchildren. As a result, that means I have a very aggressive mortgage repayment schedule. And I'm happy to work extra hours now, knowing that I will hit that goal of financial freedom at age 65. It's a very strong motivator for me. All right, let's bring this from theory into your everyday life. Here are 3 small experiments you can try to boost autonomous motivation around money. The first is why do this journaling. Next time you set a financial goal, take 5 minutes to write down why it matters for you. Not because I should save, but maybe because I want the freedom to choose where I live, or because providing stability for my kids feels good. This reframes the task from pressure to purpose. The second is build a feedback loop. Choose one simple action, like tracking a week's spending, and afterwards reflect, what did I learn? What went well? This builds competence, one of the key needs from the self-determination theory. The third tip is make it your own. If you're following someone else's budgeting method and it feels suffocating, then tweak it. Create your own categories. Give yourself permission to spend on what matters the most for you. Give every dollar a purpose. That tiny sense of autonomy can transform how sustainable a habit feels. And a bonus tip, don't do it alone. Share your why with a friend or your partner. That sense of relatedness helps motivation to really stick. So here's something I've been thinking about. Can we actually teach people to move from controlled to autonomous motivation? Could financial coaching or education become less about numbers and more about nurturing autonomy, competence, and connection? Future research is already exploring these issues, and I'll be watching closely because I'm a little bit fascinated by it all. So maybe the next financial trend won't be a budgeting app. It'll be a motivation app instead. If there's one thing to take away from today's episode, it's this. The quality of your motivation matters more than the quantity of your income. When money decisions are connected to your values, your identity, and your sense of choice, that's when financial well-being grows naturally. If you try one of those mini experiments I outlined this week, I'd love to hear how it goes. Tag me, send me a message, let me know. And if you found this helpful, press that subscribe button or share it with someone who's tired of should-do outdated money advice. I'm Emma Sutherland. Thanks for joining me. And remember, empowered money starts with empowered motivation.